Section 1 of The Morning Dawn. This is a LibriVox recording. All LibriVox recordings are in the public domain. For more information, or to volunteer, please visit LibriVox.org. Recording by Nemo. The Morning Dawn by Reverend Leonard Wilson Arnold LUCKEY. Introductory Verses. All our national parks are attractive, and each is unique in certain features, possessing something which is distinctive in its appealings to careworn creatures, so as to entice with admiration all those overworked in body and mind, who, from ceaseless toil in a great nation, intolerant of rest from active grind, of increased busyness, rush on to the moil, to keep up with the pace through great and stout. Like continued crops which deplete the soil, they exhaust nature and wear themselves out, and thus, by overwork and underrest, are lost to the world in all that is best. Inspired with thoughts true helpfulness required, and by the beauties of Lafayette Park, as seen from Green Mountain and much admired, through the morning dawn, charming away dark, I was so moved as to prepare for those who need the sunshine of recreation, our toiling millions who lack the repose of rest from work and need animation from such scenic helpings, but have no time to visit parks or read extensive books of verse, description, and simplified rhyme, with thought visions and photographic looks. May it refresh and bless and unharden, like fruits and flowers from nature's garden. The Author. End of Introductory Verses. Section 2 of The Morning Dawn by Reverend Leonard Wilson Arnold LUCKEY. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Nemo. The Morning Dawn. Have you stood on the beach and bay, seen the dawn charm the night away, seen it on land and waterfall, wake the people and nature all? To me there is no greater sight than morning dawn coming daylight on Green Mountain, Bar Harbor, Maine. Seeing it once means then again. Man may copy, but we insist that nature is her own artist, and she has made with nature's hand the whole of Mount Desert Island. It is the state's northeastern isle, nearest to France, a verdure smile, by sea breeze fanned, with waters fed, sweet-scented as a garden bed. World's radio on anchored boat, blueberry trimmed, a colored float, graceful in form, by nature wrought, the restful bloom, forget-me-not. The outline is irregular, fjords, sounds, and bays are here and there, and from great depths mountains rise up, like bubbles on the ocean's cup. The sea is calm, her surf beats low, the tides come in and then out they go. The night is still, and city sleeps at foot of hill till daylight peeps. The wood and glens hold darkness still, few sounds are heard save whippoorwill, the hoot of owl, the wings of bat, a bark of dog or meow of cat. Over the park above the firs an airplane soars, we hear its whirs. On many bays sea fish peep out, and ponds awake salmon and trout. In eastern sky first dawn is seen, the lights shunt out on village green, and we must take the roadway main to see the scenes we'll see again. But we must take the gorge between the high mountains of dry and green, a trail so wild and beautiful you'll ask to stop and view it full, and listen to the little brook bending down like a shepherd's crook, a babbling, falling, rippling rill, dashing along the green wood hill. Sometimes it's lost under the stones, then out it comes beneath pine cones, foaming, leaping from rock to stone, beating time like a metronome. Its little sheets of feathery foam fall on the tarn, a silent home, the quiet place for it to rest, sheathed in the shades of the forest, where silver fish are now spawning in the dewy time of morning, and the tall blades of deep green grass drop sapphire gems on them en masse. Up the gorge path and through the pines, whose matted boughs are hung with vines of the wild grape, twisted like lines, are ideal shades for summer times. We fain would rest till day is spent, under cover of such a tent, on mossy stones which stud the way to seat the tired from day to day. Along the trail are man-made camps, some are modern, some antique stamps, Indian-like, quaint, stiff and stark, made of birch poles covered with bark. The morning dawn is drawing near, life is waking everywhere. We pass to right and go up green, while on the left old Dry is seen. On top of green at break of day, the splendor seen drives care away, for as you look the shadows flee, and gladness comes to dwell with thee. The U.S. holds this place her spark, proudly names her Lafayette Park, calls old Mount Green the Cadillac, but same impress is coming back. The scenic joy is so profound, from sky and sea and all around, that names are lost in scenes that be. The morning dawn charms you and me. Our souls swell up with deep delight on looking at the wondrous sight, from Cadillac, the top of green, the finest view which eyes have seen. As the light rays are coming back, quaintly creeping through every crack, Dame Nature lifts her drooping head, for life on land and sea is wed. Sunlight opens covered faces, shut up flowers, darkest places, unfolds the buds, crown tints their heads with glowing joy of newlyweds. 'Tis breeding time of dawning morn, when life anew on earth is born. No greater sight on earth could be, and this is what we came to see. Dewdrops sparkle over the grass, choice plumaged birds come flitting past, the eaglets on the mountain crest shake the feathers up on their breast. The sky turns blue, the crimson hue, as morning light comes peeping through, and night fades out with passing years, as dawning wanes and day appears. Landscape beauty around us lies, to welcome light from morning skies. A goodly place have we to stand, and view the sky and sea and land. How much, indeed, one glance affords to thinking eyes when mind records, on looking down just north of east, in joy we start the scenic feast. Our glance goes o'er athletic fields, to honest sports much joy it yields, strikes Bar Harbor and Frenchman's Bay, crosses the bar to hills that way. Turning our glance to south of west, we see those sights which some like best, the many ponds and mirror lakes, and Somme Sound which the ocean makes. The bright rays fall about our feet, our glance turns east and is complete, for it is lost in light of dawn, floating the ocean like a swan. We now shut out each thought of life, forget the world and all its strife, look across the sea into the skies, and day is born before our eyes. Oh, that we had 1,000 eyes to visionize the morning skies, a mind much greater to record the scenes too big for pen or word. The firmament is nature's screen, on which the light superb is seen, as it changes lighter, lighter, ever growing brighter, brighter. Light rays mingling, blending complete, are making it a sparkling sheet. The glassy sea shoots them criss-cross, reflecting them so none is lost. The sky's background is purple blue, with many stars still shining through. Vivid sunbeams run o'er it bold, their edges fringed in lucid gold. The horizon's a cord of gold, rounded, twisted all it will hold, with searchlights on its border laid, like fireflies in a tangled braid. The rays come far from eastern skies, to light the world and strike the eyes, and those which fall on the ocean glance and glide with graceful motion, intensified and multiplied by wavelet tides on which they ride. The morning dawn, there is no doubt, heaven's beauty is rounding out. Her firmament is pyro gray, when dawn dissolves to perfect day. On seeing this, it is confessed, the beauty cannot be expressed. We only know that brilliant shades light up and glow earth's everglades, bring forth all life and make it shine, expressing it almost divine. Nature unfolds with living grace, creative light, life's smiling face, changes the soul to brighter ray, from morning dawn to perfect day. And human hearts, touched by such sight, will live and bloom with fervent light, and boundless love and endless store, upon the earth till time's no more. We cannot tell how long it's been since time began or light was seen. We only know that spirit breath awakened then all life from death. Since that first morn 'tis plain to see the dawn repeats for you and me, so we may live, not just exist, upon the earth from obscure mist. We neither know nor can we say how long the dawn on earth shall stay. We only know it is so fine that nature's artist is divine. End of The Morning Dawn. Section 3 of The Morning Dawn by Reverend Leonard Wilson Arnold LUCKEY. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Nemo. Maine's Great Coast Resort. Imperial Bar Harbor and Lafayette National Park. Bar Harbor, Maine's famous coast resort, situated on the eastern side of Mount Desert Island on Frenchman's Bay, has the most unique combination of scenery, unsurpassed by any place in the world. Here one finds the ocean, lakes, and mountains, with forest and farmlands forming a beautiful scenic background. Many who have traveled most widely over the world have remarked that Bar Harbor is absolutely unique in this, that it has the mountains and the sea in wonderful combination. The United States government, realizing the wonderful advantages of this beautiful spot, has set aside as the youngest of the nation's parks 10,000 acres, Lafayette National Park, a recreation area unequaled the country over, and visited by travelers from many states and countries. To reach Bar Harbor by rail or boat or motor, the traveler will find the accommodations of the best. The Eastern Steamship Corporation steamers ply between Boston and Bar Harbor, making daily trips during the summer months. Through Pullman Express trains leave Boston, New York, Philadelphia, and Washington daily, arriving at Bar Harbor the day following. One of the great attractions of the trip is the sale on the steamers of the Maine Central Railroad at the end of the train journey at Mount Desert Ferry. This is a 30-minute sail, and one passes the homes of some of America's famous citizens, and near the Porcupine Islands, which play their part in making Frenchman's Bay the Naples of America. By motor. The shore road from Portland is the most popular route during the summer and autumn months. The traveling is excellent, the scenery of surpassing beauty. Road signs have been placed along the highways to aid the motorists through this beautiful pine-scented state. Approaching Mount Desert Island, the mountains of Lafayette National Park can be seen in the distance. Leaving the mainland, one crosses the recently constructed concrete and steel bridge, and from this point it is but a few miles to Bar Harbor. For information concerning boat or train service, or about the roads from any point, Inquire of the Publicity Office, Bar Harbor. Accommodations. Accommodations for all classes can be found in Bar Harbor, whether one wishes to take a sumptuously furnished cottage on shore or hill, or to secure reservations at one of the following hotels: the Malvern, St. Sauveur and Annex, Newport House, Belmont and Lorraine. The De Gregory and the Parker cottages are of the better type apartment houses, while there are many houses where the visitor of moderate means may secure attractive rooms. The restaurants make a specialty of shore dinners, and there are houses where the simpler meals are served at low prices. Climate and water. One of the most charming features of Bar Harbor is its equable climate. The northern sea, with its cool and stimulating breezes, refreshes the air, tempers the heat of the day, and renders night delightful for sleeping. Next to its climate, Bar Harbor's richest possession is its inexhaustible spring-fed water supply. The invigorating and tonic effects of the climate, combined with its purest of pure spring water, make the island almost immune to contagious diseases, and allure thousands every summer to this queen of resorts, rich in historical association and sublime in natural beauty. Harbor activities. In the harbor boating of all kinds is enjoyed, and the yachts of the New York and Eastern Yacht Clubs, as well as the Navy craft, are frequently seen here. Small boats of all descriptions can be chartered for any length of time, by hour or day, at the boat slips. The swimming club is a favorite rendezvous for many of the summer residents and their friends. Mountain climbing. The mountains of Lafayette National Park give opportunities for climbing heights which give remarkable viewpoints, and there are 300 miles of trails and paths over and about these magnificent heights, one of which, Cadillac Green Mountain, being the highest point on the Atlantic coast. Walking in the park may be enjoyed by the novice as well as by the experienced climber. Camping. Camping is one of the most popular attractions for the tourist or visitor for the day or week or longer, and the Lafayette National Park office and ranger staff will assist and advise the prospective camper as to site, pitching of tent, etc., on mountain or shore or in the forest. Fishing. Deep sea and freshwater fishing are the favorite pastimes with many, and the brook trout fishing is especially fine. At the various lakes and ponds, boats may be hired. The lakes and ponds of Lafayette National Park and of the island generally are stocked by the government and state hatcheries. Golf. The Kibo Valley Golf Course, of 18 holes, considered by many experts one of the finest in the world, situated at the base of one of the most attractive mountains of Lafayette National Park, has been the scene of many important matches. Horseback riding. Horseback riding is a favorite diversion for residents and visitors, and at Morrell Park Riding School, which is well equipped, horses may be obtained at reasonable rates and competent instructors employed. There are many miles of bridle paths for the enjoyment of the rider. From these paths automobiles are excluded. Tennis. Tennis may be enjoyed at Kibo Valley Golf Club, at the swimming club, and on Kennedy Athletic Field. At the later place, the YMCA and the YWCA courts are available for all. Baseball. Bar Harbor Semi-Pro Baseball Club is one of the fastest teams in the state, and some of the best-known college players are members. The Kennedy Athletic Field is the scene of many athletic events. Music. At the Building of Arts, many of the world's famous artists may be heard. Concerts by the Bar Harbor Band on the village green may be enjoyed free to all. U.S. Naval Radio Station. The United States Naval Radio Station at Otter Cliffs is a point of interest to thousands of visitors who know of the important part that this station played in the World War. The station was founded by the late Lieutenant Alessandro Fabri, USNRF of New York and Bar Harbor. Lieutenant Fabri was awarded the Navy Cross for his work in the creating and developing of this station, which is described in his citation as the most important and most efficient station in the world. Today, as during the war, the station maintains its position as the most famous of all radio stations. Biological Station. The Weir Mitchell Station for Biological Research was founded as a memorial to the late Dr. S. Weir Mitchell of Philadelphia, who spent many summers in Bar Harbor and who was one of the resort's best friends. At this station are assembled each summer a group of America's most eminent scientists, together with a large number of students who come here to study under these distinguished instructors and research workers. Churches. There are churches of the following denominations: Baptist, Catholic, Congregational, Episcopal, Methodist, Unitarian, and there is a Christian Science reading room where services are held. It is impossible in a few words to enumerate the advantages of Bar Harbor and Lafayette National Park as a summer resort. The attractive pictures of Bar Harbor scenery on these few pages will convey to readers of this booklet some idea of what Bar Harbor has to offer. For any information concerning Bar Harbor, inquire of the Publicity Office, corner Main Street and Park Road, where all information will be cheerfully given, or address Secretary to the Publicity Committee, Bar Harbor, Maine. End of Maine's Great Coast Resort. Section 4 of The Morning Dawn by Reverend Leonard Wilson Arnold LUCKEY. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Nemo. Our Father made it, and it charms me. A Sonnet. I have here an original sketching of an island home place close by the sea. To some it may appeal but as nothing, but it is held a great treasure by me. The words written on it are now faded, the picture is aged, and it is blurred, but a mother's kind hand o'er it rested, and our Father's own hand penned each word. 'Tis thus, in the original nature, mountains spring up and bloom before the eye, with a glory beyond any creature, handsome and great beneath heaven's blue sky. The natural artist all men may see, but our Father made it, and it charms me. End of Our Father made it, and it charms me. Section 5 of The Morning Dawn by Reverend Leonard Wilson Arnold LUCKEY. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Nemo. Mount Desert Island Map. The above map makes it easier to understand how an island, 100 square miles in area, is so formed as to contain all shapes and kinds of composition and be a little world in itself. This beautiful island is the deep study of the scientist and naturalist, the inspiration of painters, poets, and nature lovers, and receives 100,000 visitors each summer. It was designed, it seems, by the great architect, and situated out of the reach of mosquitoes, flies, fleas, and other natural pests, that it might be a super excellent summer home place of rest and recreation for man. End of Mount Desert Island Map. Section 6 of The Morning Dawn by Reverend Leonard Wilson Arnold LUCKEY. This LibriVox recording is in the public domain. Recording by Nemo. Finale. O beautiful isle, Mount Desert Isle, the choice summer home place by the sea, will never forget your scenic smile and soul charming eyes beaming brightly. The ocean may roar, waves lash the shore, earth's last morning dawn exit and night, and the shades of death cover us o'er, yet our impressed soul will keep the sight. End of Finale. End of The Morning Dawn by Reverend Leonard Wilson Arnold Luckey.